Alrighty, we got ourselves switch. I don't know if I've done that already. We got ourselves Drill Nose joining in as a Boomkin. Oh, Night Elf Boomy Star Form. I'm not used to Boomies anymore, man. I just seen Boomies. We got Ella, we got ourselves Jay, we got ourselves Rick gonna be first up with Bot in the back, and we got Colbury over for that team too. With that team, we got ourselves Leo, we got ourselves Lil Burn, we got ourselves FBK, and we got Saya. Gotta be joining in, rushing in. The champion of duels. Reflect up immediately for Rick, but Saya is always quick to delay his stuns against certain classes. Warrior, in case there's a reflect. Warlock, in case there's a reflect. He's not gonna immediately hit you with a stun. He just never does that ever. Rick is switching out to Destru this time instead of Demonology, however, so maybe a bit of a different setup versus Saya. Saya with an immediate magic immunity, but it's going to help him a ton against Rick. Try to see if he can get over there. Again, I think he hasn't stunned him once at all. Or maybe he has it? Probably has, actually. Seeing the trinket out of Rick already. Rick may be looking for potentially using a wall here. Does go for a Warlock House just to pick up a little bit of healing. Second, see catching Saya, who goes for a trinket bolt out of that fear. Trying to see if he can get around it. I think was actually able to walk behind him. Just trying to see if he can literally walk behind, not letting the bolts go off. Just by walking behind the guy. Dude, that's like vanilla strat right there. That's a vanilla WoW strat, man. Get behind him where the kid spin around fast enough and does end up crushing down the lock. That is just way too funny. Well, Drilldo's gonna be up next as a Boomkin, trying to see if he can make himself a play versus Saya. Oh, big mushroom damage. Saya may be looking for a bubble here. Hold on a second. Drilldos is just not letting Saya off the hook at all. Bear form, cat form, power shifting constantly. Look at that move speed. Again, as soon as Saya tried to get himself any recovery behind the pillar, Drillnos is there waiting for him. He's gonna have to go for a lot of healing. Drillnos' health is not doing that good, but he stayed very, very aggressive here. Barskin, Renewal, Bear form, Frenzy Regen, knocked back, got himself back in the Boomkin form, immediately trying to go for as much damage as possible. Wants to go for healing, but it might be a little bit tough here. I think it's over. I think it might be Saya definitely feels like it's lights. Drono's trying to go for whatever damage he could. He wasn't even playing defensively there at the end at all. He was just trying to see if he could maximize whatever damage he could. Elo tried to see if he can get around the corner. Does go for Blessing and saying, so Saya does not sit stuns long at all. And Elo is going to make sure they have good line of sight of Saya if they want to go for a proper big old hunt. Is going to be able to connect. Shield of Edits out for Saya. Cleave down onto Saya. I think it connects at least. Elo just needs a little bit of damn. He's going to go for immunity first aid. That's going to help you recover quite a decent bit at least. Blind by Saya. While immune to damage, you're not immune to CC. So for Elo, that healing recovery is just out of the window. Saya able to recover a lot of health. Lay on hands, I don't think got used yet. Saya's down the bop, bubble, and everything though. Meld into a stun. And Elo trying to go for a bit of damage. Stun around the corner though. It's just, I think, lights. With a full wake of ashes. Yeah. Saya, just the combo he's got going is nuts. Bot is gonna have to be the guy to bring back glory to the team. Saya immediately hitting him with a dawn light queued up already from Elo. She is not. Bot is walking into this one not in a great shape of the bat. So he's gonna have to be playing it a little bit more carefully from the start. Though knowing that Saya does not have any big immunities anymore, this gives him a window to potentially take down Saya. If he gets him in a good spot. Stun is going to go for a trinket. Full Ascend is active. If he can stay on top of Saya, he'll be in a good spot. Got him some plenty of mobility. Wind strikes are cracking through Saya's defenses. This is plenty of damage. Saya's got lots of mobility rushing out. Got him some lots of healing with his shield of Venus, Dawnlight, everything to keep himself afloat here. His bot looking to catch up to him as quickly as possible. Does Saya have another set of wings? Next stun could be very deadly. Bot making sure to keep himself alive here as best as possible. Light and lasso, but potentially knock Saya out in the open. And he's going to drop a totem on top of him just so you can stay on him. Does Saya have a lay on hands? The question is, if he doesn't, he'll be in a rough spot. If he does have lay on hands, then he's okay. God, bot super low. Hold on, next stun could be deadly. Bot with a bulwark. Oh my god, he got so low. Saya, what is this damage you got? Stun totem around the corner. It's not going to connect. Takes down totem. Taking down totem. Bot got himself Doom wins coming up very soon. Ghosts potentially. Maybe a bit of that little bloodlust. Actually, I don't know if he's running that heroism, that 1 minute heroism. Maybe. But Bot trying to get himself in a better position. Got himself at least healed up. With Saya going in for full wake of ashes. Those Templars are just smacking right through. Dawnlight not feeling good at all. Rooting Saya down below, so it gives Bot at least an opportunity to catch up a little bit of healing. But Saya's already up the ramp, up the platform. Shield of Venus ready to go. Got himself bubble coming in about 17, 16 seconds. So bot is a limited window. If you are going to land a kill on Saya, you have to go do it now. 10 seconds is all you have. Might just have to play it super slow, super passive. This is your chance. Unless you just commit. Stunned by Saya. 4 second 3. So you got to ball it back up. So bot is going to have to play around the immunity now. He's going to have to play very, very carefully. Needs a lot of healing. Lot of healing. Lots of maelstrom built up and a lot of healing. Try to see if you can maybe root down Saya. And a freedom keeping him moving though. Got him some ghost souls, so it's going to give him lots of resources to work with. Trying to go for a potentially knock-up. Does not quite connect with a knock-up. Did go knock for Saya. But bot is left with no health at all. I think it's lights. Yeah, Saya with a hammer around the corner. Nothing he can do there. Quick regenerate. I don't even know if he used lay on hands. But Bubble and Bop are coming back up off cooldown at the same time. So Saya is back up and he's fully healthy. He's got a wizard to fight through. Wait, is Jace the last one? Is Jace the last one? Seriously? That quick? He's just tearing apart through a team real fast. Stun onto Jay. Got himself a big wake of ashes to follow up. Polly right after. Jay looking to lock him down. Jay needs to play around the bubble and bop. There goes the immediate bubble. Doesn't even go for bop. But Jay's gonna have to go for block here. I think he just has to. He just has to counter him. He can't lose health. He can't lose health. He can't lose health. Otherwise, I think he's just gonna fall behind. In an unwinnable situation. Does get flurries onto Saya. That's an opportunity to at least to get some damage going. Maybe get a spell warden out of the guy. Frostbomb, everything available. Will not have a proper stun, but does have some big common storm. Meteor shield of it is absorbing a lot of it. Jay does have shields to keep himself afloat here as well. Just trying to see if he can stay away from Saya. Saya next time could be very, very deadly. Jay with an ultra, so at least he can recover a bit of health. Saya also looking for a bit more of a defensive self-play with the Dawn Lights. Jay does pick up a little bit of health while ultra, not as much with 32% dampening them. And Saya is looking to potentially get a block on him. That'll be the first block out of Jay. And Jay's first block gonna let him recover a little bit of health. Saya at this point does have lay on hands, does have spell warden. So Jay's gonna have to be very, very careful here. He's gonna have to find a way out of this CC, but it's gonna be immediate blind. Wake of Ashes, Dawn Lights are on him. He won't be able to bubble for a while. I think it just might be lights for Jay potentially, unless he can play it super defensively. Got himself a bit of the ultra, so at least he can reposition possibly. Saya is gonna chase after him. Stun to follow. Can blink, does go for a trinket. Breath to follow. Polly right after, does go for a trinket. I think it's lights. No, one more bubble. I don't know how Jay can come back here. I don't think there's a chance. I think this just shows you how strong Paladins are in that 1v1 environment. And Jay is left with not a lot. Technically can go for one last stun on Josiah. Technically he could kill Saya, actually. He has a chance, because Saya cannot spell Warden to break out of a stun. Polly, full burst. This is your last chance. Last chance. He can't spell Warden this. He can't break out of a stun. He can only wall. That is a lot of damage. Wait a second. Spell Warden last second. No. I was thinking Jay would be it. I was thinking for Jay this would be it. Nah. He tactically had last chance to win it. That stun, Saya can break out of it. He can't spell warden it. He can do nothing about it. He can only wall, but that barely does nothing. 10% damage reduction is like nothing. The drop in a bucket. That is crazy. Crazy. Let's play last queue.